Women will show you the smile, the charm, the softness. But behind that sweet face, there's a game they'll never admit they're playing. They have secrets they guard with everything they've got, not because they're evil, but because if you ever saw the truth, you'd stop chasing and start leading. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on what women are desperate to hide from men. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. 1. They crave power in the dynamic, even if they pretend otherwise. Here's something most men never catch. Women don't just want love or romance. They want power. And the wild part? They'll deny it until their last breath. Every woman wants to feel safe, wanted and chosen, but under that soft emotional layer, there's a hunger to have power over how the dynamic unfolds. That's why so many interactions with women are a subtle game of control, not an open conversation. Think about it. The girl who acts like she's just seeing where things go is usually the one testing how far she can shape your behavior. The one who pretends to be chill is often the one pulling strings behind the scenes. Women are masters at hiding their need for control behind softness, charm, or silence. Here's why. Power is security. If she controls the tempo, the vibe, and your emotional investment, she feels protected. She gets to decide how much she gives and how much she takes. That's why she loves when men orbit her, compete for her, chase her. She's not doing it because she's evil. It's just baked into her survival wiring. And when a woman senses a man who doesn't fall into that orbit, something flips. She respects him. Because unlike the others, he doesn't hand her the power on a silver platter. What most men don't realize is that a woman will never say this outright. She'll act like she wants equality, fairness, balance. But when she gets a man she can fully control, she loses attraction fast. Because craving power doesn't mean she wants to be the king. It means she wants to feel her influence, and then meet a man who's strong enough not to get swallowed by it. This is why some guys get friend-zoned, even though they treat her perfectly. They gave her total control of the dynamic. She got bored. Meanwhile, the man who holds frame, who doesn't flinch, becomes unforgettable. Women hide this from men because they know the second men see it clearly, the game changes. The man who understands this doesn't overgive. He doesn't chase. He doesn't pedestalize. He leads. And when he leads, she follows. Not because she's weak, but because her attraction locks in. This hidden power dynamic is why charm beats begging, presence beats praise, and leadership beats approval-seeking every single time. 2. They want to be chosen, not just liked. This is the one that stings most guys. Most men think women want to be adored. They don't. They want to be chosen. And there's a massive difference. Every day, women are showered with attention, likes, DMs, thirsty texts, stares from strangers. But deep down, that endless attention doesn't satisfy them. It numbs them. Because they know most men aren't choosing them. They're just desperate for anyone. What makes a man unforgettable isn't how much he desires her. It's how selective he is. When a man has options but locks in on her, it hits different. She feels desired, but more importantly, she feels validated at the core. It says, "Out of everyone, I picked you." That's the hit she chases. That's why women hide their craving to be chosen behind fake nonchalance. They act like they don't care, like they're the ones in control. But their ego and biology light up when a man who doesn't need anyone decides it's her. And this is also why over-availability kills attraction. If she knows you're all in without her earning it, the magic dies. There's no thrill in being handed something. The thrill is in being claimed by a man who could have chosen anyone but didn't. Men who pedestalize women never make it past this filter. They smother her with interest from the jump. No mystery, no challenge, no choice, just open hunger. And women, though they'll never admit it, hate that. They want to feel special, not because they're breathing, but because they stood out. This is why emotionally grounded, self-respecting men are so rare and addictive. They don't chase attention, they command it. She may brag to her friends about all the attention she gets. She may act like she's untouchable, but the man she can't stop thinking about is the one who made her earn it. That's the secret she'll never confess. Women hide this truth because revealing it would strip away their upper hand in the dating game. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. She doesn't want to be liked by everyone. She wants to be chosen by someone who doesn't need her but still wants her. That's where obsession begins. 3. Their innocence is a carefully built illusion. One of the greatest tricks women have mastered is the performance of innocence. Not because they're saints, because they understand the power of appearing untouched, pure, or different from other girls. When a woman is into a man, she'll subconsciously adjust the way she presents herself. She'll talk softer, downplay her past, maybe act a little shy. Not because she's lying outright, though sometimes she is. It's because she knows men are wired to value purity, softness, and mystery, so she gives the illusion of it. This is why you'll often hear guys say, "She's not like the others." Spoiler, she is. She's just better at packaging it. Women know their image is a weapon. Their looks grab attention, but their presentation creates emotional hooks. And innocence is one of the strongest hooks there is. A woman who's been through multiple relationships won't lead with that. She'll frame her past carefully, giving you just enough softness to make you believe she's more pure than she really is. Why? Because she understands that men associate innocence with loyalty, gentleness, and being special. And she wants to be chosen, remember? But here's the kicker. The illusion doesn't mean she's bad, it just means she's strategic. This is why a lot of men fall hard, fast. They think they've found a rare gem, but they've actually just fallen for a refined image. The men who don't get played by this are the ones who don't pedestalize the illusion. They keep their eyes open, not wide shut. They understand women are humans, not angels, and they don't hand over trust before it's earned. This innocence act is something women will never admit to because it would expose just how much control they hold over the perception game. But it's there, and it's powerful. 4. They judge men more than they admit. Women love to say they don't judge, that they just vibe. Reality, they're constantly evaluating every move a man makes, even the ones he thinks she's not paying attention to. How you walk, talk, text, lead, hesitate, or stay silent, she's taking mental notes. And the biggest secret? Her judgment isn't just surface level. She's assessing your status, strength, and masculine energy on autopilot. She may smile sweetly, nod politely, and act easygoing. But behind the curtain, she's making fast, ruthless calculations about where you fit in her hierarchy of desire. That's why some men get labeled just a friend in 2 seconds flat. Not because they're bad guys, but because they gave off weak signals before they even realized the game had started. And here's the uncomfortable part. Women will never tell you the real reason why they lost interest. They'll say something soft like, "It just didn't click." But the truth is, they saw something, your energy, your posture, your uncertainty, that made them categorize you instantly. Men who understand this don't crumble under silent judgment. They own their presence. They move like someone who knows he's the prize, not someone begging for approval. And when that energy hits her, her judgment flips in your favor. Women hide how judgmental they are because admitting it would expose how transactional modern attraction can be. But once you understand this silent evaluation process, you stop trying to please and start commanding attention. 5. They want to be dominated, but will never say it. This one's explosive. Most women will swear they want a nice, respectful, sensitive guy. And yes, they do, on paper. But what they feel in their bodies, that's a different story. Women are wired to respond to masculine dominance, not control, not aggression, but calm, confident leadership. The man who knows how to lead the energy of a moment, how to take charge without asking, how to set the tone. That man flips a primal switch in her she'll never confess out loud. That's why she can date the safe guy, but fantasize about the man who makes her feel something deeper, something raw. She'll never tell him that, because admitting she craves dominance would ruin her socially polished image. This doesn't mean you have to bark orders or play macho clown. It means moving with certainty, giving direction, owning your space, and making her feel that her feminine energy has somewhere solid to land. When a woman feels this energy, she melts. She leans in, she follows. But when a man hesitates, overthinks, or gives her the reins, something in her switches off. That spark she can't explain vanishes. And here's the part she hides best. She wants dominance not because she's weak, but because it makes her feel feminine, safe, and fully alive. She won't say it, but she'll feel it every time you lead like a man who knows his worth. Once you understand these hidden truths, the game flips. You stop chasing and start moving like the man they can't control. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button so more men wake up. Share this with your brothers and subscribe for more raw, unfiltered truths. And in the comments type, "I see it now," so I know you're not blind to the game anymore.